Drag Me to Hell is a 2009 horror movie directed by Sam Raimi, who is famous for directing the Evil Dead films and, more recently, the Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man trilogy. The story centers around Christine Brown, played by Alison Lohman, who plays an anxiety-ridden loan officer at a town bank. A recent vacancy for the role of assistant manager has her pitted against her less experienced, yet feisty colleague, Stu, who underestimates Christine, much like her boss. One day, an elderly, Eastern European woman known as Sylvia Ganush, played by Lorna Raver, visits the bank and asks Christine for an extension on her already long overdue mortgage payments. As a way to display her tough decision-making prowess to her boss, Christine denies Mrs. Ganush the extension, despite begging on her knees, and security throw her out on her ass. Mrs. Ganush is publicly shamed. Christine comes out on top in the eyes of her boss. Everyone's a winner. Not bloody likely. Their confrontation continues that evening in the parking lot, when Christine and Mrs. Ganush partake in a bit of fisticuffs. After some slapping about, reckless driving, and stapling, Mrs. Ganush puts a curse on one of Christine's buttons, and the movie really gets started. Will Christine lift the curse on her? What kind of curse is it? Will Mrs. Ganush get her nails sorted out? All is revealed as the movie continues. So, it's pretty clear the plot of Drag Me to Hell is based around curses, namely, satanic curses. The type of curses that drag you to hell, obviously. We see this from the get-go. The movie opens with a flashback to 1969 in Pasadena, California, where we see a panicked couple desperately seeking help for their seemingly cursed son. The boy is in possession of some jewelry, some very evil jewelry indeed. A lady comes to their aid by the name of Sean Sandinas, played by Adriana Bazara. We don't know much about her, but the assumption is that she's the person to turn to, when you've got a mad demon snapping at your heels. Crap hits the fan almost as soon as they step place in Sandina's gaff. A fierce wind picks up inside the room, knocking things over and stuff goes flying, including the boy, who falls over a balcony onto a rather impressively patterned entrance hall floor. Just look at it. Very nice. To be fair, we already know he's pretty screwed, and he's subsequently dragged to hell by some fiery beasties living beneath the beautiful flooring. It's a harrowing scene but sets up the rest of the movie as Sandinas vows to get revenge for the boy's apparent death. We also follow Christine's relationship with her boyfriend, Clay, played by Justin Long. Clay is a doctor with a penchant for collecting coins. But, he's not just a massive nerd, he also has an irritating mother, who thinks he is wasting his time with Christine. Inevitably, Christine is pretty shaken by the whole event. After all, would you really want to be cursed? No way, Jose. Maybe this Sandina's lady can lend you a hand, just saying, you know, maybe she's got some experience in satanic curses. I think we all know where the film is going, but I don't want to spoil anything. In many ways, Drag Me to Hell is a throwback to the old Evil Dead films. Demonic forces, cursed artifacts, and unsuspecting victims who are left to make moral choices, usually the wrong ones. Drag Me to Hell is by no means an original premise, but it stands up to other movies of the genre by bringing sick, and often entertaining scenes. The scarier parts of the movie rely on suspense, and the fear of the unknown, but there are a few jump scares thrown in for good measure. What form will the devil take? How long do I have to live? The fright of the movie is a satisfying slow burn, and we experience it through Christine's actions, which aren't always logical. Some of her choices are unpredictable, and at times, inexcusably evil. Just watch how she treats her pets. I personally found the special effects hilarious at times. Especially the encounters between Christine and Mrs. Ganush. I can't decide if these scenes are slapstick or just completely gross, but the combination of the two makes for a memorable cinematic experience. As for gore, I'd have to say this is one of the more gory movies but it is fleeting. It is used as a way to create quick shock and disgust, and I still believe the movie is stronger for its inclusion. I watched this at the cinema in 2009 when it was released, and found it to be a very enjoyable experience. All I knew going in was that it was Sam Raimi, and to me that means something. The man has created a legacy for himself, and I don't think Drag Me to Hell diminishes it in any way. I enjoyed the twists and turns of the story, and found the acting, for the most part, to be pretty on point, if not a little campy and aloof in places. I have recommended this movie to friends, and I will continue to recommend it. To conclude, give Drag Me to Hell a try in the future. You won't regret it. So there you have it. Another top review. If you found value in this video, then go ahead and give us a like, it really helps the channel out, and consider subscribing if you want more videos like this one. Also, drop me a comment about your thoughts and opinions on this movie below, I'd love to hear from you. Just remember not to be an asshole. I know where you live, and I've seen your search history, you filthy boys and girls. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, babes.